Hello everybody, welcome to Andrew McDonald English. Today we will be finishing the future tense. This is lesson 8 and we will be doing today the future perfect and the future perfect continuous tenses. So, our last video, lesson 7, we covered the future simple and the future continuous. If you have not watched lesson 7, please go watch it right now. I will link it in the description below. Please go watch lesson 7 first to learn the future simple and future continuous because you'll need them for this video. So let's just start with a little warm up on these two. So, as you remember, the future simple was just I will, you will, and then a verb. And the future continuous was I will be the verb and then ing. So if we were to use, for example, to talk, the future simple would say I will talk, while the future continuous would say I will be talking. That is the difference between the two. Now, the future perfect is similar enough to the simple, and the continuous is the continuous of that. So let's have a look at how to form it. So, the future perfect is formed like so. You use will have, and then the past simple form. Will have, and then the past simple form. The same one that you would use for past simple and past perfect. There is a Quizlet below in the description that I also recommended in lesson 6 about the past perfect that has all of these verbs in their forms. So I would truly suggest memorizing that. Link in the description below. Please see that Quizlet. And the future perfect is used for an action that will be completed before a certain time. An action that will be completed before a certain time. So let's look at an example of this. Okay. This says, by 6 o'clock, she will have left work. By 6 o'clock, she will have left work. Now, what this means is that before or up to, so either at 6 or before, but either here or before, she will leave work. So this action is completed before this period of time. The action of leaving work is completed before 6. Now, she leaving work could be in any part of this time frame. It could be perhaps over here. It could be here. It could be here. But by 6, so before or at 6, she will have left work. That is the future, the future perfect in a nutshell, is that by a certain time, this action will have already happened. Okay, let's take a look at some practice. So, this first one, she leaves work. She leaves work. We just looked at it above, and she leaves work is the present. Now, how do we format that into the future perfect? She will have and then leaves is the verb, so we need our verb, and the past for the verb leave is left. So she will have left work. If you didn't know, I recommend looking here, especially for the irregulars. There is a Quizlet listed down below. It's the same verbs you'll memorize for the past simple, past perfect, and the future perfect. So please see this Quizlet. It is so helpful. You'll use it for so many words. Let's continue. We go to the lake. We go to the lake. How would you format that in the past or the future perfect. We go to the lake would be, you take down we, then you always add will have, and then for go, the past perfect, future perfect tense for this is gone. Gone. We will have gone to the lake. Right? So, we will have gone to the lake. Our last one here, you cook dinner. You cook dinner. So you start with you always add will have. And this one is just a future, a regular for the past perfect and the future perfect. So it would just be cooked. You will have cooked dinner. Okay, so now that we've looked at the future perfect, go down to this page and it gives you 10 questions for practice. Don't forget to always add will have and then the perfect tense of the verb. Before you fill this out, I would recommend, if you need help, go through the Quizlet below once and just try to memorize as many verbs as you can in that way. So please go ahead, pause the video, fill this out, and then when you resume, we'll look through it again together. Okay, so let's have a look at the future perfect tense practice. So, the first one here, by next year, she, you always add will have. And then this one is just a regular verb and it would be graduated. Number 2, we blank eat dinner before the movie starts. So this one you always add will have. And then here the perfect tense would be eaten. Eaten. We will have eaten dinner before the movie starts. Number 3, he blank finished the report by Monday. He will have finished the report by Monday. 4, they blank build the house by Christmas. They will have built the house by Christmas. Number 5, I blank read that book by the time you return. I will have read that book by the time you return. 6, the sun blank set by 8 p.m. The sun will have set by 8 p.m. She blank write 5 poems by the end of the week. She will have written. She will have written 5 poems by the end of the week. You blank clean the kitchen before I come back, right? You will have cleaned the kitchen before I come back, right? 9, we blank complete the project before the deadline. We will have completed the project before the deadline. And then 10, he will have arrived in London by noon. Now, just like in the past perfect tense, the future perfect tense has the 3 kind of verbs here. There's one which doesn't change from the, for example, finished. Finished, this verb here, is the same as the past simple. I finished, he will have finished. It's a regular, it just adds the ed, it's the same. Then there are verbs that stay the same, like set. I set, I will have set. That stays exactly the same, no difference. Then there are verbs like built, for example, in which verbs like built, in which they do change. They're not builded, it just changes to something different. So there are these three types. Stays exactly the same as past simple, and then has a completely different irregular form for the perfect tenses. The way you will learn these, you will be able to do all of this if you go to this Quizlet. It's down below in the description. I really recommend you do the Quizlet. I can't recommend it enough. Okay, so let's continue with the future perfect continuous. So the future perfect continuous, this continuous form is the same as most of the others in that it is just the same as the tense before it, the future perfect, but it's an ongoing action. Just like here, an ongoing action before a specific time in the future. The future perfect was one action. The future perfect continuous is an ongoing action. The way you form it is like this. Will have been plus the verb plus ing. Will have been plus the verb plus ing. So let's see an example. Right down here it says, by 6 o'clock, she will have been working for 3 hours. By 6 o'clock, she will have been working for 3 hours. So have a look at the timeline here. This is right now, and here is 6 o'clock. So by 6 o'clock, at the time, 6 o'clock or before, she will have been working for 3 hours, which means she was working from the period in the future before 6 o'clock. So from 3 o'clock, 3 hours. Now, this is a bit difficult to understand. I get it. But it's basically saying that at a point in time, at a point in the future, an action will have been happening for a certain period of time leading up to it. So now is over here, at 6 o'clock in the future, she will have been working for 3 hours before. So from 3 to 6. Okay. So now that we've gotten that little bit of practice and we understand the form, will have been plus the verb plus ing, please go ahead and do this sheet. We'll do one together. Okay, number 1. By 6 p.m., she will have been. Always have, will have been. The verb they give you is work. Work, and then don't forget the ing. So this is how you do the future perfect continuous. Will have been, the verb work, and then ing. Okay, so with that, please go ahead and do 2 through 10, and once you're done, we'll go over them together. So go ahead, pause the video, and resume when you're ready. Okay, so let's go over these now. Number 2, he blank, study all night by the time the exam begins. So you always add will have been. The verb they give you is study. So you add study and then ing. He will have been studying all night by the time the exam begins. What does that mean? Let's have a look. So if we go on our line, and we know here is right now. By the time the exam begins, he will have been studying all night. Right? So by the time the exam begins, he has been studying all of this. It's still in the future, but it is before a certain other point in the future. So let's continue. Number 3. They blank travel for 2 days by then. This would be they will have been traveling. Okay, number 4. We will have been waiting. Because you always add will have been, the verb, ing. Let's continue. We'll go through the rest more quickly. 5. I will have been living in this apartment for a year next month. She will have been practicing the piano for 3 hours before the recital. You will have been cooking for a long time by dinner. He will have been training for the marathon for 6 months by race day. They will have been driving for 5 hours by midnight. We will have been talking for an hour when the bell rings. Okay, please have a look over these over here. These ones are quite easy because all you have to do is have, will, have, been, verb, ing. Will, have, been, verb, ing. These ones, the future perfect continuous is not too hard to formulate. There's no irregulars. The only ones that has the irregulars is the future perfect, in which you can find all the irregulars in the Quizlet. Now, this gets us into our final level 1 tenses diagram. We have gone through all of these tenses in level 1. Let's have a look first at the future, the ones we just did, as a bit of a summary. Okay, as we see, future simple is just a general, overarching thing will happen in the future. I will go to school. Will have action in the future. Future continuous, I will be going to school, is at a specific point. I will be going to school. I will be going to school. Future perfect, I will have gone to school, is the same thing. It is in the future, but it is a specific action in the past before a certain time. So, I will have gone to school. This is future before this point. And then, future perfect continuous, I will have been going to school through this entire stretch of time. Future perfect is just here at this time, before this. Future perfect continuous is this whole period before this. Okay? As you aforementioned in lessons 5 and 6, we have the past. So please go ahead and look at those if you want to learn more about past tense, these 4. And then the present simple, present continuous, and present perfect, please look at lessons 1, 2, and 3, in which you will find those there. So that completes our main tenses for level 1. Level 2 may have certain additional ones. However, these will be the ones that we should know by level 1. So with that finished, thank you so much for watching Andrew Baton English, this video. If you found this helpful, please subscribe as always. This sheet with all of the writing will be below in the description, as completely blank will also be below. The Quizlets for the perfect tenses, which I really recommend you do, are also below in the description. So please have a look down there. Thank you so much for watching the video, and please feel free to leave any comment at all for any advice. Thank you so much again.